we've got an upcoming patch in a couple of weeks. A few things changing. Priest is just going to get stronger. Odd Paladin is just going to get stronger. And everything else is going to suffer as a result. But we don't really care about constructed. We're here to play some limited. Well, we can have the worst class. We can have the second worst class. Or we can have Warlock. I haven't played that much Warlock, I must admit. I do find myself loving, well, having fun with Priest, at the very least. And some interesting picks to take it off. I think either of these two 6-drops are absolutely fine. Generally with Warlock you do want a lot of 3-drops, but the 3-drops you do want generally are going to be like 3-4 or 4-4. So as a 3-3 by itself, it's a little bit on the weak side. And sure, you get a spell off it, but you can end up losing the board early as a result of the fact that you haven't really developed it as much as you should. There's a good argument for Argent Commander here. A lot of what goes on sort of turn 6, turn 7. There's a lot of Amani Warbears getting played. And this is a very good card to play the turn after your opponent plays an Amani Warbear. Because generally they're going to be attacking your 4-4 or something like that. And leaves themselves with like a 5-3 on the board. And this just comes in and punches it and finishes it off. So there's some good arguments there for taking the commander. But I do like Bone Drake. So we're going to go with Bone Drake. Okay, so these two cards both completely unplayable. So we've got a Giant Mastodon. I do like Mecharoo in Warlock. I think it's got a good place. Tusker Fisherman, though, is also very nice. So this is a choice between Shadow Bolt and Blood Troll Sapper. We're ruling out the Fanatic completely. I'm going to go with the Shadow Bolt. Pterodax is actually quite a fantastic card. Giant Wasp's also nice. I quite like the 2 heal from the Fungal Enchanter. Gets you an extra card as well. If I had some token generators already, I'd definitely snap pick up this Pterodax. Well, you always have to take a Defile if you're offered a Defile. Well... Bone Mare, Bone Mare, Bone Mare. It's a second Defile. Yeah, you just have to pick it up when it's on offer. Like, it's so rare you ever see 1 Defile nowadays with Warlock, so to be given 2 so early is pretty cool. Grifter's actually decent, you know. Surprisingly, a lot of good stuff happening with Grifter. He's basically a Yeti, and you learn about both players' situation. So I don't mind picking up Grifter, actually. Well, like our 2-drops, well, certainly we've got a lot of early game removal with the Defile and the Elemental. So maybe we're looking just to get the sort of the mid-range flying up there. Well, this game appears to love me today. This has got to be Jiraxxus. It can't be anything else. I mean, Glinda's very nice as well, but it's a Jiraxxus, so we got to take a Jiraxxus. Mortal Coil, I think, works well with the Defiles and also with the Tusker Fisherman. Etin's pretty solid drop as well. We maybe go with the Etin. Just because I think taunts are quite important for Warlock. Soul Infusion's useful. But I quite like the Igneous Elemental as well, because if we pick up any reasonable removal, any bolts, any demon bolts, then this obviously helps it to get a bit cheaper there. This is a tough one between the Dragon Slayer and the Scorcher. I think it's the Scorcher, because we need a couple of 5-drops. Well, a few bad cards. I guess we go with the big guy. The deck's a little bit expensive already, but hopefully we can pick up something in the middle. We can't afford another giant Mastodon. That's far too greedy there. This deck might well suit a Twisting Nether. Do you ever risk picking best and worst card? I think the way a lot of people build their decks is they kind of pick the best card for the first 15 and then try to flesh it out with the remaining 15 cards, you know, with whatever they're short of. I've seen quite a few people try to use that strategy. My focus is always on, if there's a premium 3-drop, always take it like as early as possible. Like, your 3-drops are the most important area of the game. You know, if you're going second, you're going to be coining 2 3-drops. You need them to be, you know, like a Frost Rider or a 3/4, one of the various 3/4s. Like, Pixie's fine. You know, these other 2 3-drops are still a bit weak, so I'd still look to clear that up maybe a little bit. But here, I mean, we're being offered a Twisting Nether, and we've got like Jiraxxus at 9. We've got a couple of 9-drops, and I think this deck is all about surviving, so I'm actually going to pick up the Twisting Nether there. So we're going to pass on Fungal Mancer. It's not the kind of deck that's good with a Fungal Mancer. Death Rattle, recruit a demon, yeah, so pulls Lord Jiraxxus out of your deck. You're going to be happy with that. Oh, right, okay, with Grifter. So there's 2 ways you can play it. You can either go for... Well, okay, let's say if you're ahead on the board, you obviously want to go for 2 really bad cards. You don't want to give your opponent the chance of high rolling off Grifter and getting back into the game that he otherwise isn't in. Obviously, if you're playing a class like Rogue, you're trying to pick up any kind of weapon buffs, you know, cards that potentially have no use at all for your opponent. If you're not given that on, obviously Grifter, when you're behind, you are trying to high roll in that case. So generally, if one of the first 3 cards you're offered is incredible, you take it and you hope to pick up a terrible card for the second one, and basically you're hoping to win a 50-50 coin flip at that point, because you're behind and you've got very little chance of getting back into the game unless you roll something fantastic with regards to that. Thunder Lizard. Well, we've got an elemental. We've got another elemental that makes even more elementals, and we've got a Tar Creeper, which is also an elemental. So I guess it makes a little bit of sense there. No, not a great mana curve. I think Hellfire quite possibly could be a good pick here. Don't really have any healing either, which maybe means you're going to suffer a little bit. But we'll try our best. So we're being forced yet another 3-drop after we've got all these 3-drops already. Awkward. And we're being offered nothing but Omani Boar Bears, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but Amiga Agent is absolutely fantastic. So we'll definitely pick him up. Tainted Zealot with double defile. If you're holding a dragon. Well, we've got two dragons, haven't we? We've got Dragon Maw Scorcher. And we got Sleepy Dragon up there. Which I don't think enough is enough. But it is a 4 mana 4/4, and we could do with an extra 4 drop in this deck. We've only got the 2. But I quite like the Zealot as well. We'll go with the scale there. Some more bad cards. I guess we just take the Elemental, because it's an Elemental, and there's a chance of doing something with the Thunder Lizard. A third Defile. Are you feeling the triple Defile? I certainly am. Siphon Soul's also pretty good. I'm going to take 3 Defiles because I'm greedy. And this is all about surviving until Jiraxxus. So no Demon Bolts, which is interesting. We may struggle a little bit against 7/7 Worms for 8 mana. But again, it's a learning process, right? How many Defiles is too many Defiles? Bit of a wait here for when no wins and waiting a good 30 seconds for an opponent there.
None can escape my fury.
Your soul shall be mine.
Going first, I think it's okay to hold on to a Shadow Bolt. Just gives us something if we're falling behind a little bit at the start. Well, we've got our mid-game and our late-game going, so it's just all about surviving now. Not a great turn 3, only a 3/3, could have been a lot better.
Ha, this guy's toast.
And not a great turn 3 off him as well.
There's a customer aboard every minute.
Take something really bad, I think. I think Scarlet Crusade is okay because we've got triple Defile, so. He probably realises that I've high rolled there because he's got a completely terrible card. So maybe he's a little bit worried about what I just picked up.
A tactical.
Pretty good minion off him, 7/7.
You're mine, son.
And the second one. And that's a bit better from him there. Well, well, double Growl Shark, eh? I guess we go with two, could go with 2 3 drops here, not necessarily a bad thing. Especially given the fact that he's suddenly got a rush minion he's just picked up. Or we could go with... Well, he's going to have a 5-1, so we don't really want to do that, do we? So it's just about surviving.
For the crusade!
Almost out of time.
It's not so bad as it looks because we do have 3 defiles in the deck and we should draw one. So that's 2 Growl Sharks and a Hogger in his first 10 cards. Can we just stop and consider that for a moment here? Ooh.
Join or die.
So that's 3 legendaries he's played that he's got off his first 10 cards.
Foolish!
Well, we know he is going to throw out a 5-1 with Rush this turn, so... Let's just chuck this guy out. What a shock.
I will be your doom. Ready?
This was not my contract!
Ooh. That's pretty good. So I'm going to tap here and try and get a little bit closer to Jaraxxus. But we've got our reset button with a twisting nether. We've still got 3 defiles in the last 15 cards. Still got 3 defiles.
Rotten to my core.
So we lose here if he's got any removal at all.
The sun has set for me.
You know, as much as it'd be nice to chuck a taunt out there, if he's got anyway, one walk the plank, he hits us for 10 and we're dead.
This jungle hides many secrets.
This is our town, scrub.
Yeah, beat it.
Can we get a defile? Oh. Favours, finally. Finally see our first defile halfway through the deck. So he's got Unadasta, 2 Growls, and a Hogger. Can we just think about this here? That's 4 legendaries in his first 15 cards. And this is 0 and 0. Like, I've got no idea what on earth Blizzard are doing with the RNG here.
How long can this go on? How long can this go on?
So, I am dead. Thanks to 4 legendaries. Oh, sorry, 5 legendaries, yeah. 5 legendaries. So, 2 Growl Sharks, Hogger, Unadasta, and Elise. No idea what Blizzard are doing with this RNG here. And that was all in his first 15 cards as well. That wasn't like spread out over the entirety of his deck. That was 5 legendaries in his first 15 cards of his deck. So there might have been even more in the rest. We'll just leave it at that, shall we?
Gul'dan versus Uther. I will
And it wasn't like there was a bad legendary amongst them. Elise is in top tier, Unadasta's in top tier, Growler Shark's in top tier, Hogger's in top tier. All 5 of the legendaries are like out of the top bucket. And I thought I was doing well to get a grifter. So let's see if we can draw a Defile against Paladin.
get in there and fight, maggot. Smelly fish, yummy fish.
But I've got a great going second hand here. Especially against someone who just wants to aggro my face all the time.
Reporting for duty.
Hey, look at that, we're drawing a Defile. We could just chuck a Defile out there.
A real stinker. Reporting for duty.
Guide you.
There's a customer aboard every minute.
I'm not going to take Ysera.
Well met.
Like, there's no way I'm taking Ysera.
A real stinker.
A little bit awkward that he gets to give his old Law Walker Cho +1 here, but that's fine, we still beat it up.
The sun has set for me.
Trust me. A real stinker.
So I think my life total is going to be important in this game. So gaining a couple of life there can be all the difference a bit later, especially if it sticks around on the board, lets me tap every turn without it really costing me everything. But yeah, legendaries for everyone in this game, that's for certain. Okay, he's giving me a Shrink Ray for some reason. Yeah, I'll have a Shrink Ray.
Trust me.
Immortality.
Ooh, right on cue.
Trust me.
Tap last. That guy is a 12-15 on turn 10 for 5 mana.
Play by the rules.
He does know I've got Shrink Ray in my hand though, doesn't he? He does realise he gave me a Shrink Ray. So, not really understanding this. Okay, I'll play that game. I'll play that game with him. We'll see whether it was a bait.
Dark One snuffs all. Miss me.
So what do you think? Should we clear the board with a Defile?
Miss me. Well played.
It must be a little bit sad getting that combo off and then just me going, I'll spend 2 mana and
Handle it.
destroy it completely. Seems fair.
Neither snow nor rain nor witch. Move!
Temperous, really, you're going to do that to me? You're going to give me a Temperous? It's very hard to low roll a random dragon, but I've actually managed it.
The sun has set for me. We are one. We are one.
Move!
No more take candles.
No, of course Divine Favour's the last card in his hand. Like, what else is it going to be?
I hope you like my invention.
Dragonmore Scorcher's going to fly in here. Well, let's trigger his...
Unity!
Oh, I guess not.
Unity! With unity!
I assumed it would be auto defense matrix. I really did. Yep, another quality card. So we've got 11 cards left and we've still got 2 more Defiles in the bottom 11 cards. So it's literally just Defiles hiding in my deck, not coming out.
Reporting for duty. Reporting for duty.
So if I get a Defile here, I can clear the board again. Oh, lovely. Very nice. Eye for an eye. So we have massive taunts. We still got Jiraxxus in the deck. Another sound the bells? No? Okay. Still got Jiraxxus in the deck.
Reporting for duty.
And one more Defile. So I'm putting this guy down because he's got 10 toughness. Sleepy Dragon's got 12 toughness. So I'm happier with Sleepy Dragon getting murdered here from his 2-2.
I'm warning you. I'm unstable. Smash! Smash! Tricky Wiggins!
I've also got several Amani Warbears. So my deck's literally Jiraxxus, multiple Amani Warbears. And he's still going to deck out before me. Okay, double hammer. Or consecration, I guess. No, another hammer. So it didn't matter if I tapped or not. Anyone seen Jiraxxus? Apparently it's in my deck. 7 cards left. No, he's right there. He's not coming out to play. He's just going to stick right there at the bottom of my deck. Absolutely ridiculous RNG, so... Come up against someone with 5 legendaries in his top 15 cards.
Gul'dan versus Thrall.
And then go second against a paladin that I can't draw Defile against.
Shall be mine.
So what this deck does lack is a Demon Bolt, and we were never offered a Demon Bolt at any point in the game. Yeah, he needed literally double hammer at the end to finish me off there. And we're going second again.
Out of my jungle!
So if we run this into this, we've got a 1 drop, a 1 toughness and a 2 toughness for Defile. Okay, so this is just a board clear if we want it.
So many.
I'm going to throw out my worst minion here.
Ash to ash.
Because this can allow us to get a 1-2, and it can just sort of bridge the gap with the Defile. If there's nothing else with 2 toughness out at the time. And it's also got 3 toughness as well if he's got something with 4 toughness he wants to put out.
Mushroom power!
Yep, he's maybe gonna, yeah, he's gonna lose his ball here. Oh, look at that, burning a card.
I'm warning you, I'm unstable!
Well, didn't get any luck with the random 3 damage there.
That didn't go as...
Access denied.
Healing totem. Fine, we've got yet another Defile. Oh, I feel sorry for this guy, I really do. Because Defile kills all of his totems as well. So, this could very well be a board clear, though it's possible something still survives afterwards, but we've got Dragonmaw Scorch for that extra 1 point of damage afterwards. Just depended which totem popped out of his guys that died.
Neither snow nor rain nor witch.
So if I coin here, do I get 3 Amiga agents?
Go away.
I'd like to think yes, but I don't want to try it. I don't trust the game enough.
We are
Neither snow nor rain nor witch.
We
Move!
are one. Leave me be.
Feel the power.
With unity! With unity! With unity! Leave me be.
So for those of you joining late, in our first game, our opponent played 5 legendaries in his first 15 cards, including 2 Growler Sharks, a Hogger, Elise, and let's try and remember the 5th one. I'm trying to blank that game out. What was the 5th legendary? I don't care, to be honest. Oh yes, Unadasta. How could I forget? Oh! The first appearance of Lord Jiraxis in your opening hand. That's exactly when you want it, isn't it? So we're going second to a Hunter. We do have 3 Defiles, so we should be okay. We can coin out the Tar Creeper and then play the Thunder Lizard afterwards and adapt it. If he gets particularly frisky at the start of the game. Yeah, 5. That was only the legendaries we saw as well. That was in his first 15 cards he played those.
I'm warning you. I'm unstable.
So this has the same effect, because this is always trading with this. And then we get to play the Thunder Lizard anyway on turn 3 as an elemental. Hopefully looking for the +3 health. Wow, you've literally given me the worst possible options. Fantastic. I'd have took Death Rattle, I'd have took the health, I'd have took the +1/+1, I'd have took the Divine Shield. There were 4 incredible options there, and you just went no to them all. I genuinely don't know what to think about that.
I wonder.
So 3 Defiles still in my deck. Getting up to a third of the way through the deck would be nice to have one. Oh, Scorcher's about to destroy his dreams. Pretty savage. The Dream Crusher comes in clean shot. Is he just going to leave them there and not attack? Or is he going to send the boys in? So if we draw Jiraxxus, we should win from here, because it's going to be hard for him to do all that damage. Here, Amani Warbear time, is it from him? Or is it a 7/7 worm? Or is it just a bad card? Almost played that in the wrong order. That would have been embarrassing. I was like, wait a minute, don't let him heal up afterwards.
What are you hiding?
The sun has set for me.
Neither snow nor rain nor witch. Move!
So it looks like our hunter friend. Oh, he didn't even bother shooting me first before refreshing his hero ability. That was nice of him. And the shame concede straight afterwards. He's like, yeah, that was really bad, wasn't it?
Gul'dan versus Mecha Jiraxxus!
You face Mecha Jiraxxus! Your soul shall be
So hopefully, I get to play Jiraxxus against Mecha Jiraxxus. That would be coincidental. I'd say ironic, but it's not ironic, it's coincidental. Great curve here, 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop. Exactly what you want going second. It's very important that you do curve out.
I'm warning you. I'm unstable.
So that was a mistake he's just made there, doing that.
Don't mess with me.
At last, a worthy foe.
There's a customer aboard every minute.
A second Lord Jiraxxus. I do have elementals, so I guess we go with that guy. Two mid-range guys. We could go Arcane Tyrant, because I do have a Twisting Nether in the deck. But yeah, there's no way I'm giving him a Jiraxis.
Join the guild. We have cookies.
Defile? Defile?
Flashlings are so fragile.
Mushroom power!
Defile. So the reason we play this is if he's got a Marnie Warbear, we've got a Marnie Warbear for his Marnie Warbear. And now basically he's lost all of his gas.
Empires fall.
Like, that's completely destroyed his tempo, that Defile there. And he's got fungal mancers that are just doing absolutely nothing.
The dark path is my destiny.
And that's a nice twisting nether as well, so I guess we just go with the big minion. And we put pressure on his life total now.
Truth is my shield.
So 2-point Defile. Smash this guy into that guy, I guess.
What fools these mortals be!
Tap blast. Let's do the old tap blast. Is it 5 HP? I think I'm good for tapping. You're not the only one with twisting nether.
Neither snow nor rain nor witch.
Ooh. Hello, boys. So we get to go twisting the other Arcane Tyrant, which is the combo we worked out all that time ago.
I am the blade of the goddess.
You may have some life. You may have some more life. Let's hold on to Jiraxis. I don't want to lose 6 HP. 6 HP is far too valuable to lose. Are you dead? You're on 1 HP, aren't you? Uno HP.
I wonder.
Go away.
Move!
Poor old Jiraxus is just going to have to sit out on the bench.
Your magic shall not save you.
Leave me be.
You face Jiraxus, Elamar Lord of the Burning Legion! Impressive!
Jiraxus kills Mecha Jiraxus. So again, 3 Defiles. No Demon Bolts. 2 Omani Warbears, which are both very nice. And a Lord Jiraxus at the top end. We've gone second a lot of games here. We've gone second 3 times. And we went first against a guy with 5 legendaries. It's like, I don't think it really mattered whether we went first or second against him.
Your soul shall be mine!
I am your nightmare.
None of these cards do anything, so let's get rid of them all. Ooh boy. Let's see if we can draw a Defile. There we go. We're happy now. We've got a Defile. We're not going to get savaged if he comes raging at us.
So many possibilities.
I mean, that is the worst, isn't it? When you've got a Stone Tusk Boar and you draw it on turn 2. It's like, oh. Just couldn't give it me turn 1, could you? No. I've got to be making a 1-1 on turn 2. Fantastic. It's such a depressing situation. Ooh. Rushy boy. Let's start nibbling away at his life total here. Scorcher. So his guy basically trades with both of mine, and then he's got nothing left afterwards.
There's a custom aboard every minute.
Spellstone, but no ways of activating it. Guess we take the Mecharoo there. So I took the Mecharoo because I've got Defile. It basically, if he plays the Mecharoo, that's 1 and 2 on the Defile.
Smelly fish! Yummy fish!
So we can clear with Defile here if we want to.
I wonder.
Flashlings are so fragile.
Or we can let him overcommit. So that our Defile's a little bit more devastating. One, two, three. Guess we're running that into that maybe afterwards.
I wonder.
Trust me.
Silly meatbag.
Smelly fish!
So this clears the board and leaves me with Grifter.
Trust me.
Come, my pretty birds. Do I have to?
As long as it keeps out arrows.
A second Lord Jiraxxus. Is that too greedy? Is the second Lord Jiraxxus too greedy? Probably is, isn't it?
Unleash me! Melt away!
Trust me.
Yeah, he's just ridiculous card, Dreadlord. He's so sick.
face Jaraxxus, Eladar Lord.
Not the only one with Jaraxxus. The Mastodon might have been better just to play around double Dragon Slayer, which, you know, can be a thing. So maybe I should have gone with the other guy there. Yeah, I'm feeling something's not right. Something is not right with the amount of legendaries everyone's getting. Feels like they've just upped the legendary count. Because, I mean, I got Drifter and Jaraxxus, and that was another Jaraxxus, and that other person had 5 in his top 15. Like, where's all these legendaries coming from? But, you know, it's only short term, so we've got no actual idea quite how many are turning up.
Your soul shall be mine.
But what we know this is turning up a lot of is Warlocks. Should have drawn my sludge for that Jaraxxus, shouldn't I? No weapon for you. So again, we've got the important 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop going second. It's not a great 3-drop. It's not the worst as well, depending on what our opponent does. Might even play Amiga Agent on curve if we don't draw anything better.
So sweet.
No, there goes Lord Jaraxxus. Well, won't be seeing him then. So, Tusker Fisherman it is.
Yummy fish.
Poisonous, that'd be nice if he takes Poisonous here. That'll do nicely.
A real stinker.
As long as it keeps out arrows.
I wonder.
A real stinker. Out of my jungle.
Summoning portal open.
A real stinker.
Not bad off the top of the deck, but any of my 3D files would have worked as well. So had quite a few outs there. And my opponent's just getting greedy and going face, and he's losing the board as a result. All he can do this turn is make a Marnie Warbear, which is exactly what he does do. Then I make mine. And he loses his board completely. Oh, don't even bother with that.
Neither snow nor rain nor witch. Move!
What do you want?
So this is the turn where he might go wide.
I will purify the fallen.
Yep.
Go away.
Everyone's so obsessed with going face all the time. Must go face.
My duty is to the king!
Oh, is this going to be another quality defile here? I think so.
We are one.
And nothing can be hellfired as well.
Darkness rises.
The sun has set for me. With unity! With unity! Foolish! With unity!
I'm warning you. I'm unstable.
Yeah, that is exactly why Defile is so good. Because there's always this one turn where your opponent just decides, oh, I'm going to go face now. And he just drops everything out, hits you for a bit, and you're just like, I'll just kill absolutely everything. It cost me 2 mana, and now I'll just get the board with what's left.
Don't mess with me.
Foolish! With unity!
There's no need for me to play Grift A and give him a chance to get back into the game. He needs a Hellfire. He's really regretting that turn where he just decided to go face, isn't he? He's like, why didn't I just trade? Why didn't I just trade instead of going face? So we were 0-2 with this deck, and you can't say it shouldn't have been a 0-2 because we did just lose to an absolutely ridiculous deck. Going second, I don't mind keeping double Defile. I mean, because there's a chance we draw a lot of 7, 8 and 9 drops with the remaining cards, so We just want to survive in the early game. And let's face it, after I play one Defile, they're just going to chuck everything out and not expect the second one. And in a way, this kind of helps, because there's a lot of 3/4s and 4/4s. And so if I play this out turn 3, my opponent's going to smash it with his 3/4 and leave a guy with just the 1 toughness. I considered coining this out, but again, I've got 2 Defiles in my hand, so I don't mind him throwing loads of guys out there. And the Tar Creeper does stall the board quite well on turn 3. And he really doesn't want to damage his own guy with a spring rocket or something. So, hopefully something with 2 toughness. That would be incredible if he did that. I guess I'm double well, no. Yeah, I think I'm double defiling here. I can't see a reason not to.
So many possibilities.
Well, we could just throw this out and get really greedy, because he's not really doing anything savage to us. And this gives us Shadow Bolt Defile next turn. If he plays a big minion. So imagine he runs a 2/4 in and then gets his little rush guy, chucks that in as well.
So many possibilities.
And then I thought, well, I've got Twisting Nether in hand, I've got Shadow Bolt, I can coin an Amani Warbear, like nothing's living, so I guess I can just chuck out a couple of guys. So he'll play his Amani War. Oh, okay, he doesn't have an Amani Warbear. I guess he's got a Twisting Nether. Or maybe not. This is obviously a better play. Yes, it costs 1 less mana, but if he's got mass removal, like he's obviously got a hand of Demon Bolts, which is why he hasn't been doing anything.
Worthy fool.
And that guy replaces himself.
Me take work. Immortality.
Well, we've got a Jiraxus in hand, so yeah, let's tap. So we've reached the late game in good shape. Against someone who surely must have Demon Bolts. On turn 10 we can Jiraxus coin hero ability for a 6/6 straight away as well.
Darkness rises.
So I'd like to get to my third Defile. I think it'll be pretty useful.
So many possibilities.
And there it is. Well, it's a Jiraxus turn. And there's one of his many Demon Bolts. Ooh. However... If I play Jiraxus, I go to 10. So maybe we can wait a little bit.
My turn? My turn!
With unity! With unity! With unity! Silly meatbag!
You face Jaraxxus, and now Lord of the Burning Legion!
Yeah, I mean, our late game appears to be quite good if we get to it. And if you're twisting nethers, I don't care. I'm making a 6/6 every turn for 2 mana. I think they actually removed Doom Pack from Arena. Was that one of those they removed just because it's completely useless? I know there were some real low quality cards they removed. I don't care. You can have your twisting nether.
Neither snow nor rain nor witch.
I'm wondering if Volatile Elemental and Defile,
Possibilities.
that would have killed him, wouldn't it? Probably miss lethal there. We've got Elemental, Defile, run the 6/6 in, play the Elemental, Defile it, that clears it out of the way. Hit him. Well, I think it puts him to 1, right? Because this, my weapon gets him for 3. So it's a 50-50 on lethal, right?
I'm warning you, I'm unstable!
Never lucky. I wanted to kill his 4-2 as well. So yeah, 1 less 9-drop would have been nice. So this is much better, isn't it? This is where we should be, 6-2. After starting 0-2 against the right pair of ridiculous decks. I was like, there's no way this is a 0-2 deck, but it happens.
Gul'dan versus
Oh, finally not a Warlock.
You only give me strength.
Your soul shall be mine!
Obviously, mind control's the biggest threat. Like with the number of 9-drops in our deck. Like Giant Mastodon. If we get Jaraxxus though, we're fine. We'll just keep making 6/6s. Yeah, you can You're welcome to mind control one of these, I don't care.
Blessings to you.
I greet you.
Have we got a dragon yet for this guy? Where's our dragon? He's done us some work today, this scale worm. We've only got like 2 dragons. And he keeps coming out. Let's chuck that really weak 3-drop out there. Don't you just wish this was like a 4-4. Well, I'm glad that wasn't Shadow Madness, that's all I'm going to say about that. Really glad that wasn't Shadow Madness. I think we just clear this guy out of the way, don't we? I think it's more important to keep the board clear there than anything.
Tortola, preserve us!
Plenty of removal. Coin Amani Warbear from him. Okay, so I'm guessing he's either got Mass Hysteria. Oh, yeah, okay, Defile, I guess. You must have got one of my Defiles there. So I'm guessing he must either have Mass Hysteria or Psychic Scream at this point. Oh, so let's work out some Mass Hysteria tech here. So the Warbear survives if he's got Mass Hysteria. If he's got a Defile, because he did get 3 cards out of my deck, do I want to play this? Suppose it's okay if I play it on this, but then if he's got Mass Hysteria, these smash into each other, which is not good either.
The sun has set for me.
But I'll be left with a 3-6 if he does have a Mass Hysteria this turn. Assuming these smash into each other. Oh well, he got lucky. We knew it was coming.
There's a customer aboard every minute.
Okay. There's some pretty bad cards. But I'll have the Cataclysm. He can have the egg. My thought is I can use this because I can play Jiraxxus and Cataclysm after, and that's okay for me.
Fleshlings are so fragile.
But he can't really
Magic
use it.
shall not save.
We are one. We are one.
And he can't really mind control this board, so this works for me. And he can't defile this board either. He's probably just took my Jiraxxus as well, hasn't he? He's like, oh, I can't believe this. Well,
Fleshlings are so fragile.
You face Jiraxxus, Eladar Lord of the Burning Legion.
do I want to run this in just to stop him from defiling?
With unity! With unity! With unity!
But yeah, I can Cataclysm here, make a 2-2, beat him up for 3 with my weapon. Second Mass Hysteria, I'm guessing.
What fools these mortals be!
Is someone injured?
Okay, you didn't think of healing before doing that? The Spirit Lash. Lashing away. I can hit him for 15 this turn. So one thing I could do is hit him for 12, hit him for 15, and then play the Mastodon.
With unity! With unity! With unity!
Meaning he has to mind control it, and then I just play Cataclysm and kill him because he's on 3 life. I am an arena god. Lol. Outplayed, sir. Just the puppet master, just pulling his strings like this. You are going to play mind control next turn. 7 and 2. He was like, ha ha! Mind control. Ha ha! Cataclysm. Hit you for 3. Well, we made it. We made it to 7 wins. That's what we wanted. Well, to be honest, I thought we would get there even after that shocking 0-2 start. Who've we got in chat at the moment? Who's about? We have some people watching from Ireland. I know. I spot a friend in chat. He's over in Ireland this week. On the pop. Sure, he won't be drinking Guinness at 2 PM. He's a work day.
versus Rexa.
Let the hunt begin. Your soul shall be mine.
We've got the combo. We've got the combo dragon. All go away. Going second against a hunter on 7 wins. I'm not happy about this. Not happy about this at all. This might be the 3rd loss. Like, hunter's a weak class, but if you just get all the good cards, you know, you just high roll it. But we do have elemental and elemental. So I guess we lead out with that, right? Hopefully we get something good, like health.
Ride the Polar Bear Express!
That seems fine as well. And we've got Grifter into Dragonmaw Scorcher. Yep, Scorcher's going to do some work here, isn't he?
There's a customer born every minute. Thanks.
So he's thinking I've high rolled that there. He's like, oh, he must have got the good one.
Do you need a blessing?
Trust me.
To Northrend!
Go Hellfire!
Fleshlings are so fragile.
Trust me. To my side.
Always tougher, but we get a bit of life back off this, so that's fine. And hopefully he continues to go face.
Good tickets don't come cheap.
Let me show you the arcane. Flee, little Dracarine!
You dare challenge the daughter of Deathwing?
Hit him for 9. Scorcher. Like, because he didn't have much last turn for dealing with my guy, so I'm assuming he's equally got nothing this turn. Are we just twisting here? I mean, we can clear the board and keep 2 guys alive, but then he hits us for 13. I'm not sure I want to take that much.
Go away.
Now, Hunter's Mark's pretty rare nowadays. So I'm hoping he just dumps everything out here for the old twisting nether. You got a war bear off that?
Neither snow nor rain nor wind.
Job's a good one. This feels a lot better for this deck. Who would have thought I'd have been Norton 2? And you really should go watch go to my VOD section, go to the video section and watch that first game. Where somebody plays 5 legendaries against me in his first 15 cards. 5 legendaries, and none of them from RNG. Literally, they're all in his deck. Unadaster. 2 Growls. Oh. Elise and Hogger in his first 15 cards of his deck. Right, what are you meant to do? Die. I think that's what you're meant to do.
Gul'dan versus Anduin. The light shall bring victory.
Your soul shall be mine.
Goodbye, Lord Jaraxxus. You can go hide. Oh, so we've got Elemental. Going second again, bit disappointing, but we do have a Defile.
I'm warning you. I'm unstable. I'm warning you. I'm unstable.
You're not the only one who can play that card.
A stranger will offer you aid.
+1. Cheeky little +1. No, obviously not. That'd be asking too much again.
Embrace the void.
Well, that's a full clear with the fisherman and the defile. But I'm not sure we want to be doing that. These are always going to be tough games going second against priests on 8 wins. We're lucky to get out of this one alive.
Flashlings are so fragile.
Crack me up.
Mind if I roll need?
Shields up!
So that's a clear. With the spell power. It'll go 2, 2 and then 1.
I wonder.
So 5, 8 though normally.
Me angry, me off the way.
So this should be safe this turn. Right, so fisherman. Onto this guy. Run this guy in. Defile goes 2, 4, 6. Clears the board.
So many possibilities.
And that leaves me with 4 mana to play Grifter.
Smelly fish, yummy fish, smash, smash. Every minute. Almost out of time.
So we've given him a hooked Reaver, which will immediately become silenced.
Break their ranks!
Trust me.
It's a pretty good twisting nether. So this is to draw out his mind control if he's got one.
Speak your peace.
And if he's got a second mind control, there's not a whole lot we can do about that. Oh, there we go. We're against the greedy priest with 2 mind controls. Yeah, it's very hard to beat 2 mind controls with this deck. Especially if you can't draw your Juraxxus. Like, that's literally the only good card in our deck is Lord Juraxxus there. If we don't get him, we're going to lose. But 8 wins is pretty good, given the Norton 2 start. To be fair, like, this should have gone 7 wins at least. I think it could have gone further if I had if it was offered a Demon Bolt at any point. Like, it would have been nice for a couple of my 9 drops to have been Demon Bolts instead, and then we still would have survived in a situation like that where you go 6-10, you're just like,